So Jamaica started to be affected by Hurricane Beryl. I woke up around, let's say 1:40 or maybe 1:50 when I started to hear like the rumblings outside or like thunder. I didn't sound like this normal thunder, it just sounded like rumblings, like storm clouds type rumblings, right? I even got this text from ODPEM, which is the Jamaica Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. They give you like updates on where you can go to get shelter and all that. They give us like a list of shelters. I'm just quick on that to show you. So they give like a list of shelters where you can go right across the island of Jamaica. I heard a news report this morning when I was a news report on the radio about they're pretty much operational, and they've been kind of making sure everything is pretty much set up and ready for like an event like this. Really, since this hurricane has kind of moved to Category 5 so fast. What I want to do today is pretty much, look back at some of the hurricanes that have hit Jamaica over the years, and there are two in particular that Jamaicans tend to refer to, but they get referred to for different reasons. I'll explain what I mean shortly. So you see, even the tourism development co that they're going to be closed. No, this isn't my regular, video and all that, but I want to just show you this because, it's happening live right now, and I might not get a chance to upload for a while if, it is as bad as it's being made out to be. Alright, so a couple of hurricanes that I remember. So Beryl is most recent. I think I remember Ian, from 2022. I don't remember Iota at all. I'm not sure. Alright, Hurricane Matthew. This one, Hurricane Matthew, it passed. But the thing is, this one, it never really impacted the island as badly as how they were saying that it would have. I think it kind of pulled away last minute, which was good, but a lot of people like bought up a lot of stuff, and it was pretty costly, because a lot of people were worried because they even had like I think I remember they had like things on TV comparing it to like other storms and how bad it would be, and like in a sense fear mongering around this hurricane. But typical, when a disaster is gonna come, we don't know how it's gonna impact the place, but there was that. I do remember Hurricane Sandy too, and Thomas, maybe a bit, not sure. I think it was around 2010 too when Katrina, that's what I think, something around there. But Katrina I don't think it directly impacted Jamaica, but there was a lot of damage. I remember that one too. Nicole, I remember Nicole. There was a influenza thing. Okay. I don't remember Paloma at all. I remember Gustav. I remember Noel. I remember Hurricane Dean. I remember Ernesto. I remember Wilma. I remember Emily. I think I remember Dennis barely, but the one that I remember mostly is this one, because Hurricane Ivan was the one that came and basically it took off my roof. My mother and father had to bring me and my sister over to a neighbor's house before the roof like totally flew off because that was how bad it was. I think we were without power in my community after it for about, it felt like 2 weeks in my child mind at the time. I'm not sure if that's how long it really took me. Maybe it was just like 3 days. I don't know. But for me, it felt like about 2 weeks, and I know that a lot of places got really, really damaged by it because even like churches had to be rebuilt and stuff. And I'm not sure. I think a couple of people may have lost their lives as well. But I remember it because this was the one where my house, took damage, and we had to leave the house in the middle of the night. And even like the power lines snapped in two, and that's why we were without power for a long time. Um, so yeah, all right. So I mentioned that there are two hurricanes that people typically mention when um, talking about hurricanes in Jamaica. So this is one of them, Hurricane Ivan. Or you may have one that was before this one. You have Hurricane Gilbert. That one even has like songs written about it because of how bad it was. Like, water coming in my room, sweep out some with the broom. Little love to see such fun, and the fish run away with the spoon. Alright, so it's that one, and another one that people often refer to is Hurricane Matthew, oddly enough. So Hurricane Matthew didn't really impact the island all that much. We just got some rain. Maybe on the coast where that's where the beaches, it might have had some damage because of it. But on the most part, it wasn't that bad, right? And but the thing is, people like had bought up a lot of stuff because they were worried about the impact, and like pretty much people had dipped into their savings trying to make sure that they'll be prepared. And then when nothing happened, a lot of people were angry about it. So Hurricane Matthew and Ivan are the two that are typically talked about, because I guess they are polar ends of the spectrum where you can kind of see the best and the worst case scenario. Um, but I think Matthew is more in a case of annoyance than being the best case scenario that nothing happened. But yeah, so ever since Hurricane Matthew, people have kind of almost kind of are watching until the last moment before buying anything to make sure that the impact will come. And luckily enough, there hasn't really been like a major impact on Jamaica besides Ian. It did pass through, but as of now, I'm still hearing like the rumblings outside from Beryl. Barreling through a couple of the other islands of the Caribbean, like St. Vincent and Grenadines, and a couple of others. They are being impacted and have been impacted. I've been seeing videos um, on TikTok from impact from it. And this, yes, we'll see what happens from here. So here we see tropical cyclone Beryl has become a major hurricane forecast to bring life-threatening winds and storm surge to the Caribbean, according to the National Hurricane Center. It's headed towards the Windward Islands of St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada and Martinique. Yep. So see, these are the countries that are affected or expected to be affected going forward. So this is what we're watching right now, and I guess we'll see you on the other side, or maybe if I do have a chance to make a video in the middle, I might do that also. But yeah, this is the latest threat, and we'll see how Jamaica fares at the end of it. So yeah, my prayers going out to anybody who has been affected and badly, any my Caribbean brethren that have been affected, and like anybody else who is fearful of what it could do. I know that now there is a lot going on, and money isn't really there because of inflation and a lot of other stuff. A lot of other factors are really driving us to not really be as prepared as maybe we'd like to be. But all we can do now is just do what we can, but down what we can, and just wait for the worst to pass, just like with other situations in our lives, right? Um, so yeah, I guess this is me finished rambling about uh, hurricanes that I've experienced, from the worst being Ivan to the best being Matthew. And now with Beryl, we'll see what will happen. Here's the path that it's planning on going on, and here's little Jamaica right there. We will see how that turns out. Okay. Alright, that's the video. See you on the other side, I guess.